But let's not even assume this $100,000 increase into 2021. Let's be on the conservative side, like I did with the averages, and let's assume this $32,000 increase or the $30,000 increase. In today's video, I'm gonna break down my projection that by 2021, somewhere in mid to late 2021s, we're gonna see an average price of $1 million in the GTA. Let's get to it. Hello everyone, this is Sam from Remax Realtron Realty Inc. You can find my contact information in the description box as well. Feel free to subscribe, comment, rate, and review. I do this part-time. My full-time job is a practicing realtor. I work with many buyers, many sellers, tenants, and landlords. I do this on the side to be informative, obviously at the same time to market myself a bit. So if you find any of this enjoyable / informative, feel free to subscribe, comment, rate, and review, and click the like button. If you don't do any of those things, and leave me a bad review even if you want, and give me a dislike. So let's get on with the topic of today's video, which is my official projection and prediction for 2021, wherein we will see an average price across all property types in the Greater Toronto area of $1 million for homes. Let me make a couple of prefaces, very important prefaces. This is everything else being equal. No major legislation or regulations that will depress the real estate market, such as we saw in 2017 with the foreign buyers tax. Obviously, I cannot completely foresee the future. The best any person can do in any field is based on the current trends and stats and data in front of them, use that, compile it into a projection for the future. But a projection is merely a projection. We're not predicting the future. Anyways, so why do I think the average price will reach $1 million? Well, if you've seen my 3 previous videos in a series I do where every month I break down the TREB resale reports, part in those videos from August to October I've done them, is I break down the average price. And every month the average price has increased in those 3 months. August came in at $951,000, September came in at $960,000, and October came in at $968,000. But those are for the past 3 months only, and merely the last 3 months. If we start from January of 2020, you see the average price was at $838,000. See, what I did was I compiled the average prices from January 2020 to this month, the most recent month that we have access to, which is October of 2020, because the November stats are not out in full since we are still in November at the time of the recording of this video. I took a look at every month's average price and compared it to the preceding month and came up with a somewhat of a moving average, both in dollar amount and percentage. Our starting off point in January, the average price was $838, which represented a $72,000 increase from the preceding month, which would be December of 2019. And this was not a direct increase every month. For most months, there was an increase, but there was a negative dip, a small one in March. Every month, with the exception of February and March, the price increased. Now, different percentages, different months, different dollar amounts, but the decreases we're looking at in terms of this full year so far, year to date, was in February, there was a decrease of about $7,000, and in March, there was a decrease of $82,000 in average price. So January, we see that it went from $838 to $910, and then from February to March, it went from $910 to $902, and then from March to April, it went from $902,000 as the average price to $820,000. There on in, from April, we've seen a steady and somewhat accelerated increase in average price month to month. In May, we saw a $67,000 increase in price, where the average came in at $863,000. And then the following month, we saw an average of $931,000, which is a $12,000 increase. And there on in, we saw another $7,000 increase for the month of July, coming in at $943,000. So in the video, I accidentally say the average increase price for year to date is about $13,000, but what you see on the screen, the chart, that is the accurate amount, $14,477 as the average increase. If we simply assume, let's just say we even assume less than that current average, which is $13,000. Let's say we assume $10,000. We're definitely gonna hit $1 million point if we going forward, we'll have an average of $10,000 increase monthly to the average price. In 2021, we're definitely going to hit $1 million point. But I also went about it in a different way. Percentage points, it was about 1% increase monthly. That was the moving average. Give or take a couple of half percentage points here or there. Another way in which I projected this was taking a look at the average sold price for all property types in Treb areas in 2018 versus 2019 and what we have so far in 2020. The average price in the year of 2018 for the entire year was about $787,000, and the following year, 2019, was about $818,000 for the entire year. That is a $32,000 increase year over year for the entire annual year, which pales into comparison the average we have thus far. Because the average thus far in the first 10 to 11 months of 2020 is about $920,000 average sold price, 926 I believe to be exact, which compared to the 819 figure of 2019 is a $100,000 plus increase thus far. But let's not even assume this $100,000 increase into 2021. Let's be on the conservative side like I did with the averages, and let's assume this $32,000 increase or the $30,000 increase that we saw from 2018 to 19. Even with that, even if we assume that, which I think it will not be that low, it will be higher than that, we're still gonna be in the $1 million price point at some point in 2021. Now, this is not to say that we can't see the following scenario wherein one of the months we do hit an average of $1 million, and then in the following subsequent months we do dip below just shy of $1 million. That is entirely possible. And I am not predicting, just to be clear, I am not predicting that the average of 2021 will be $1 million. I'm saying we will see an average price in one of the months of $1 million, which is a huge benchmark in the history of Toronto real estate, something that I never thought would happen 2 years ago until maybe 2024, 2025. Maybe I was very naive of me personally, but now market is trending towards $1 million average price point in 2021. And mind you, it is mostly the freehold, mostly detached, semi-detached properties pulling all this weight. The condo market is declining. It will continue to decline into 2021. It will bounce back a bit, recover maybe in mid-2021, but most of the heavy lifting is being done by detached, mostly detached, but freehold properties in this market and this uptrend of the average price. Anyways, this is Sam from SaberiSixRealEstate, as well as Remax Realtron Realty Inc. Feel free to comment, rate, and review. Get in touch with me. My contact information is in the description box. And yeah, thank you for watching, and subscribe, comment, rate, and review. Thanks.